Hi everybody, Russ and the West Ham Network. Hope you're all safe and well. Morning show today for the Daily Show. Thought we'd jazz it up a little bit. Lots of bitty stories, lots of little bits. So we thought we'd put them together as almost like a sort of a news roundup, so to speak. If you're new around here, and 50% of you are, really. If there's 50% of you watching who aren't subscribers, you could do me a big favour by hitting the subscribe button. If you're not a subscriber, we'd really, really appreciate it. It'd be very, very kind of you. And it costs nothing. It costs nothing. It always one click of a button. So if you could do that, that would be dandy. And I'd love you forever. As I said, lots of stories, lots of bitty stories. But when you put them together, it makes, quite a substantial sort of news section. So I thought we'll do it as the Daily Show today. So let's kick off. Let's start as we mean to go on. You saw the title, you saw the thumbnail. Let's talk about could it be all change in the striker forces this from January onwards? Possibly, probably not, but possibly. It's only the news. That's what we do. We don't make up any of these stories. We basically report what's been reported, and it could be absolute bollocks. Anyway, we'll start off with the potential in. We know that we've been looking at Youssef En-Nesyri for 2 years now, 3 years maybe. Definitely since Moyes' second tenure at the London Stadium. But apparently West Ham have tabled a fresh offer to Sevilla to sign the striker Youssef En-Nesyri on loan in January, according to a new report from David Ornstein, you say tomato, I say tomato. The Hammers have been linked with the signing of him for the last 12 months at least. I'd say 18 months to be fair. After we had a £30 million bid rejected last year. But apparently we've now returned him with a loan bid. So we put a bid in for him, money last year. They said, no, okay, we'll get him on loan. That's a typical West Ham try of, rather than go up, we'll go for nothing. To try and solve our goal-scoring issues again and bring in a bit of quality. He had some standout performances in the World Cup for Morocco. And apparently, according to The Athletic, it was reported yesterday, the clubs are in talks over a deal, potentially. He showed during the World Cup what he's capable of. Didn't obviously set the world alight when he came to London Stadium for Sevilla. And didn't he do that winky thing as well? But we'll see. We know he's got pace. We know he can finish. He can find the back of the net. His exploits at the World Cup showed that he was a natural goal scorer. So, we'll see what will happen. It'll be a welcome addition, I think, in terms of the ranks. But maybe not a welcome addition if it means one out. Now, I'm not saying that the deals are going hand in hand together. But apparently Inter Milan are looking at Gianluca Scamacca. They're not convinced with Romelu Lukaku, who's obviously on loan at the moment from Chelsea. And according to CMW, the Italian news outlet has claimed that he's obviously Lukaku's not having the best time at Inter Milan, and they're looking to sign the Italian international from West Ham as a potential replacement for the Belgian international. I don't think West Ham are going to sell him, but it's been reported. Especially when there's a chance of maybe us getting relegated in the Premier League, we need all the firepower we can get, and actually bringing in someone like En-Nesyri on a loan deal would be, I think, a great bit of business. And having En-Nesyri and Scamacca as two strikers would make us a lot more of a threat in the attacking third. It's believed that Scamacca's put on about 70 grand a week. He's made 11 starts, 4 club appearances. He's scored. Was he on 7 goals, something like that? He's scored quite a few, particularly in Europa Conference as well. I don't think it's going to happen, but we're just reporting it. Hands off Inter Milan, hands off our Scamacca. Thank you very much. Someone else we could be potentially going in for, another World Cup star, is Harry Souttar, the Stoke defender. There's still a chance that West Ham are looking at him. West Ham want him. It's according to the Daily Mirror. We're rivaling Leicester City in the signing, and they claim that there's a real Premier League battle going on for a suitor for Souttar. Very good. Leicester apparently are leading the race to sign him, and Brendan Rodgers apparently has had him watch the last 3 games at Stoke. Stoke don't want to lose a defender either, but it'll become very increasingly difficult to fend off Premier League interest, particularly at he's 24. He was actually in Celtic's ranks as a kid before signing for Dundee. And then after 2 appearances from Dundee, he moved to Stoke City. And it's taken a while for him to really break through the Stoke ranks. But He's had loan spells at Ross County, loan spells at Fleetwood Town. He's really gone around the houses, but he's starting to break through. He's 6'6". He's a massive lad, and he's now a regular for Stoke, as well as regaining his place after a lengthy injury layoff. Of course, he's injured. He's being linked with West Ham. Born in Scotland, but chose to play for Australia international level, and obviously played really well at the World Cup. He's at 6 goals in 13 caps for Australia, which is obviously very impressive for a defender. According to several reports, particularly the game against Denmark was a standout game for Harry, where he was described as an absolute colossus. So there we go. David Moyes does love bringing in a bit of talent from the likes of the lower football leagues. And Suter would fit the bill, playing alongside maybe Nathan Ged and Mr. Kurt Zuma. That's not bad. That's not a bad three, I think. As I said, 24, so he's still got plenty of time to develop as well. And, he's almost entering his peak years. But apparently Leicester are in pole position, but West Ham would need to move quickly in order to secure his signature. As a fee of around £25 million is apparently what Stoke have put on his head, which seems ridiculous, in all honesty. But obviously they want to keep hold of their asset and get as much money for him as possible. But keep an eye out for that. He'll be back. He'll be in the Premier League, I'm pretty sure, sometime soon. Probably not with Stoke, though. Sorry, guys. Another guy we're linked with is the ex-Chelsea ace, 26-year-old Alu Aina. We've been linked to him a few times, the Torino fullback, but apparently, according to football journalist Dean Jones, apparently Mr. Moyes is still keen to bring him back to the Premier League, back to London, and make a move for the Torino right back. Right back is clearly a position we need some reinforcement on. We're not, that position is not nailed down to a person yet. Vladimir Soufal's come in, played well, played crap, played well again. Ben Johnson obviously played on Saturday, but more in a wing back rather than a right back position. We've had Tilo Kehrer playing right back. Obviously, the one person I really want playing right back, we're letting him go to Newcastle potentially in terms of Harrison Ashby. I think he could have really made that position his own for many years to come. So an upgrade on the right back position is something which we've needed probably for the last year, in all honesty, last 12 months. That's the form of Ben Johnson, the form of Vladimir Soufal has regressed in the last year, and that's definitely it. Both fullbacks really, left and that left fullback position we need enforcements as well. But could the Nigeria international be the answer? He's not an elite level player, I'd say, but he would be an upgrade to Soufal and Johnson, arguably. It seems though he's very much still on David Moyes' radar. I wouldn't mind him. I feel that there are probably better options out there, but he could be a cheaper option, which means, by all accounts, we haven't got loads of money for January. So if that's the case, you can see why maybe we put a loan bid in for En-Nesyri rather than spending any money for him or putting an offer with any money in. I think it could be a shrewd bit of business, incremental increases rather than a massive step change by bringing in Alo in. Potentially, he's very strong physically. He's very fit as well, very quick, and I don't think it'll cost the world. And obviously, Torino were in discussions with them at the moment about Vlasic, so the conversation could maybe include him. We're also looking at Sasha Lukic from Torino as well. So maybe some clever deal with all three. Never going to happen, but maybe remember you used to do that? We used to have that sort of. I remember, was it Trevor Sinclair we got from QPR for? Was it Tim Breaker, Keith Rowland, and some money? I like that. Let's bring back 2-for-1 jobs. A bog off offer maybe. We'll see. And let's talk about some victories. This weekend, I think it's the first weekend for a long bloody time that the men's side, the 18s and the 21s all won their game. I can't remember the last time that's happened. Certainly, maybe. I don't even think because Bournemouth was the last time we won a league game. I have to go back and check it. Maybe the first time this season that's happened, possibly. But apparently, West Ham under-18s continue their flawless, that's it, not faultless, flawless start to the 22-23 under-18 season with a 4-0 victory against Crystal Palace. This was the first game of this calendar year, for the under-18s Premier League South. and Kevin Keane's team were quickly to pick up where they left off last season, racing to an early lead. Ollie Scarl's well-placed free kick gave the Hammers an early start. Josh Earthy quickly fired them to 2-0. Callum Marshall put the 3-0 up just before the half hour mark, actually 30-minute mark, 3-0 up. And then Kudua's late strike capped off an excellent day for the Hammers. We're now 15 points clear at the top of the under-18s Premier League South, having won their opening 11 matches. Obviously, under-18 manager Kevin Keane, lead coach Kevin Keane, is obviously delighted with the progress of the 18s. Crystal Palace are a tough side. They notoriously have a very strong youth setup, and to blitz them 4-0 was mental. And great to see Callum get another goal as well. Obviously, signed pro forms when he turned the right age. Was it last week or the week before? So great to see. And speaking of the under-18s, we're talking about the under-21s now. In terms of Luis Auer signing from Sao Paulo, he made his debut for Mark Robson's under-21 side, featuring off the bench in our Premier League 2 victory over Everton on Friday night. That's our third straight win in the Premier League 2. We won 2-1. Swire gave the Hammers the lead inside the opening 30 minutes before our teenage striker, Divine and Bubba, gave the Hammers a second from the penalty shot spot shortly before the hour mark. Less than 24 hours after starting and scoring in the win, both Swire and Divine were both in the squad for the FA Cup game against Brentford. So fair play. They must have probably got back about 1 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, and then to make the bench, fair play. None of them came on though, unfortunately. Louisa didn't start the game but was introduced off the bench with 12 minutes to go, so he had his first taste of English football. Having not won in the first 11 matches, complete role reverse to the under-18s, the under-21s are now on a 3-match winning streak in the league, and victory over Everton saw us climb out of the relegation zone, which is fantastic. However, they will move into the bottom 2 again if Leicester beats Chelsea last night. So obviously we're recording this today. So if they beat him last night, then we're back in the bottom 2. But next up for the Hammers is a trip to bottom of the table, Tottenham Hotspur. Nice, isn't it? Bottom of the table, Tottenham Hotspur. We'll take that on Saturday lunchtime before facing Man United at home and Chelsea away this month. There's some really tough games for the under-21s. And that's it, my friends. Thank you very much. A whistle-stop tour of all the news. Make sure you check out Hammer's headlines tonight. Go back and check out the rating shows and all the matchday content we put out for the Brentford game. And let me know if you agree or disagree with it. You're probably going to disagree with it because I've said it. But anyway, take care. Stay safe. Stay warm. Happy Tuesday. Have a great day. Or I hope you've had a great day if you're watching it the other side of the world. And we'll see you guys very, very soon. Ta-ta, my friends. Bye-bye.